Hey guys, this is Phoenix. I'm back with another tutorial for 1.7.10 Minecraft modding. Today I wanted to show you guys how to quickly create a new mod using the work that we've already done. So basically, we've already done all the work on setting up the mod class, we've done all the work on setting up proxies, we've got an event handler for update checking, we have our utilities for the log helper, we're able to we have basically the entire mod built to the point of actually creating stuff. Now, there is a way to be able to quickly create a new mod using the IDE or IntelliJ. You can create something called a template based off of a mod that you've already built. So the way that you do that is pretty simple. You can go up here to Tools, come down to Save Project as Template, select that. We're going to call this base 1.7.10 modding module. And we're going to have it where it saves the tutorial mod. We don't need the Z-run because we'll be adding every one of them into the Z-run. Z-run is specifically there to run all your mods together. We would select tutorial mod, and we're replacing the parameters with the placeholders. Basically, this will make it so that the build.gradle will be configured correctly for that new project and stuff. So you don't have to include in the description, but it's not a bad idea so that you know what it is. And then you just hit OK. It's going to say, hey, you've built it successfully. Now, if we ever want to create a new mod, all we have to do is say File, New Module, and then we select User Defined Base 1.7.10 Modding Module. Hit Next. Name the module what you want it to be. So we're going to name it Test Module. And here what we want to do is remove the tutorial mod so it's in the base class or base 1.7.10 folder. And then base package, we're going to say com.riotdev.name it test module. Test module. And then when you click finish, it's going to create the test module with com.riotdev.test module. Underneath of here, all we have to do is right click and say refactor, rename to test module, refactor. Underneath the test module, we now have everything set up here. The only other thing that we actually have to do here is come into the references, go to reference, change. This should have already updated here, here, and here to riotdev.test module. So those are all configured now. We just need to change our name, our ID to, or mod ID to test module. And here we can change our name to test module. Underneath of update information, we have this. All we'd have to do is change the tutorial mod to, we can actually keep that the same if we were going to use the same versioning information. Otherwise, we can change this to test module. And then we would have to connect to our remote desktop. And then underneath of where we have our tutorial mod, we can actually copy this folder. So I'm going to say there's no control to copy stuff here. So what we're going to do for on Linux is we're going to say copy and paste, then rename this to test module, rename. Underneath of test module, we have our update information, which should all be the same. We can just change this to test module. Save, and we can go away from our remote desktop. We don't need that anymore. That is not needed to be that far away there. Okay, so we've changed this to test module. Underneath of here, everything is set up correctly already. It's already pre-configured it. All of our imports have been changed to test module as well. Underneath of utilities, log helper, this is all configured correctly. It's grabbing our reference from test module, so test module reference.reference. Basically, that's all you have to do. The only last thing that we would actually have to do is open up the mcmod info and change the mod ID to test module and the name to test module. And then in order to get that to launch, what we would have to do is go to File, Project Structure, Modules, under Z module, Dependencies. We would have to come down here, add a new module dependency, test module, apply that, hit OK, and then we can safely hit play, find out what errors are going. All right, build.gradle, it's not happy because of this. So save. And then the last thing that we have to do would be to add our build.gradle for this. So underneath the test module here, just select the build.gradle, OK, and OK. And now we've added test module there. So we have our zrun, our tutorial mod, and our test module. Under packages, we have test module and tutorial mod. And now we should be able to go ahead and hit play safely, and it'll build everything out. As long as you launch the client and not the server. We go to mods, we actually have our test module. Kind of derped up a little bit on that one, but it's cool. Not quite sure what happened to the other one, but tutorial mods randomly gone now. Project structure, zrun is selected. Unless I'm derping, and this is, yeah, that's exactly what it was. You just need to change test module in the inheritive zrun, and same for those zrun. And then you can apply. And then when you play the client, it'll load both. Now, the reason why that one kind of looked funky there was because if I go to the MC mod info, actually I'm not quite sure. Well, I'll bet you anything this is in the right format. It's not. It's convert. There. Now it would load correctly in the future. It's not going to right now. But there's tutorial mod and test module. Not quite sure why it's doing that. Whatever. Anyway, that's how you would create a new module, or a new mod in altogether. I'm actually going to be removing that. Remove the module, yes. Test module, go away. If I go to projects, the other one should have been removed. And we can test that by going to play. I don't need this for the tutorial. That was me showing you guys how to quickly create a new profile or a new mod without having to do it. Okay, that was me showing you how to entirely create a new mod inside of the IDE instead of having to go through folders and imports and doing all this other stuff. So if I go to mods, now there's only tutorial mod here. And to completely get rid of that module if you don't want it anymore, you can just go to your folder which has the source in it. So source, Minecraft modding 1.7. I don't need that anymore, so that can go away. Alright, so that's all I'm going to do in this episode was show you guys how to create a new module quickly, or a new mod quickly. And from there, the next thing we're going to work on in the next episode is going to be, we've done this now, we're going to be doing version control with GitHub. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the next episode.